I've been on a quest to find some mushrooms around the yard because I want to bring mushrooms into my kitchen. But I don't have the kind of mushrooms that I've been wanting to make, of course. I did find these mushrooms right here. I mean, they're not chicken of the woods mushrooms, but they are shelf mushrooms. Kind of inspiration. I don't know if I want to make shelves or not, but you want to have a closer look. Here are the shelf looking mushrooms. With that said, I do have a few white toadstools around here somewhere in the grass popping up, and then they disappear on me, you know. I got some in the front yard. You want to go see them? Behold the mushrooms we have. I mean, they're not much. Little toadstools. Yeah, they do pop up everywhere. But that's only the ones I got. So I'm thinking about more magical looking mushrooms. Think about red mushrooms and adding a little bit of Harry Potter flair. Yeah? Alright. What is spun cotton? Well, I'm glad you asked. It refers to a craft where long cotton fibers are spun around a wire armature to create three-dimensional shapes like animals, dolls, and ornaments for the Christmas tree. Now, this craft did originate in Germany, and in the 19th century, it spread around to other parts of Europe. Now, I kind of skipped the wire when creating my mushrooms, but I was kind of thinking of keeping things simple, and maybe I did just decide to jump into this crafting my mushrooms up and this little guy. But you know what? I was eager to start, so I did watch quite a few videos. I did watch Rosanna Makes, and she does a lot of spun cotton videos, cute little mice and geese, ducks, lots of those. So, I was ready to start. Now, you do need something to hold it together, and back in the day, they did use cornstarch mixture, which is cornstarch and water, but I decided to use the glue and water mixture. I did try out the cornstarch, and it was okay, but I felt like it didn't really hold it together, and maybe I just needed more cornstarch, but either way, I did the glue, and I felt like it held it better, although it was a little stickier than the cornstarch. But after that, you just let it dry. And after you think everything is dry, it is time to paint. Now, 2 of these I did leave out and see how long it took, and I felt like it did take 12 hours to dry all the way through. And the other ones, I just threw it into the oven to speed up the process. She does refer to on Rosanna Makes channel that you can stick it in the oven for just a little bit. And if you can look closely, some of my pieces have a little brown piece to it, but you know what? That's okay. It's going to get painted over. Well, there's one mushroom down, and apparently I forgot what a mushroom looks like because I started painting the underbelly. Oh well, I'll fix it in a little bit. On to the next ones. Now, after I'm using the red for the tops, since I messed up on that one, I decided to do the rims first. So I got all the rimming, and I did a little bit on the bottom to kind of mimic a real mushroom, which I really like how this is turning out. So after I did this, I used my white paint, and I just went back and just slapped it on there, I guess you would say. The white, I don't know if it's because it was my paint getting old, but it was giving you some good textures on here, and I was really loving that effect, if you could see it right there. If you have tinfoil and cotton balls and some paint, I highly recommend you try this craft out. Not only is it easy, but it's kind of relaxing to just warp things into things and then just, paint it, give it some life. and it's so cool. Here are the mushrooms all painted, and the one I messed up, I went back, and I actually really like all those lines that you see. Yeah, looks like a real mushroom, huh? I'll go back and do that top part later, just letting them all dry. And I didn't do the middle part because if you haven't guessed it already, I'm not telling you yet, but this is gonna go inside this. And if you don't know what it is yet, stay tuned, because I'm not gonna paint this one tonight, but I'll be painting it tomorrow because it's already 1 o'clock in the morning and this mama needs to get some sleep. So this is all I got done for the night, and I'll see y'all the next day. Bye. I'm back that next night, and I'm painting the mandrake. If you haven't guessed it already, it's a mandrake from Harry Potter. It's gonna be a little cuter mandrake, you know, and I figured why not? Because if you haven't heard me already, my mind has been exploding with all these little Harry Potter creatures that I could be making and just putting around my kitchen, because I'm making a Harry Potter kitchen. That's just how it's gonna be. And I'm using this glue, which I did have to go back and use hot glue later on because the leaves kept falling off and just wasn't holding it in place. So let it be known that although I used that glue in the cardstock creations, it wasn't so great on trying to glue it to this painted cotton stuff and plastic together, I guess you would say. It didn't really hold it very well. So I did go back with hot glue, and then I did go and add some moss to the top as well. So I found some of these, and I think I'm going to add them all to my mushrooms instead of adding paint. I'm gonna add these. So here we go. Now I did find some black ones as well, and I decided I might as well go and try to do it on this mandrake first to see if it actually hold on to here, because the leaves didn't really hold on, but these are lighter. So took 2 little drops of glue, and then I used the little pin that you normally use when you do the little art bead crafts, whatever you want to call it. Diamond art, that's what it is, diamond art craft. And you know, it held on there pretty good, so I continued to do the mushrooms this way too. I think he looks very cute, very innocent mandrake, cartoonish looking. Yeah, I think so. But since I did him, I went on and did the mushrooms as well. And it wasn't, I kind of feel like I should look for bigger white ones, but you know, I like all the little white ones as well. And I just put glue here and there all around the mushroom. And then I went back with the little pen tool that you have, picked up each little gem and placed it on there, kind of pushing it down a little bit, making sure the glue adheres to the little diamond art gem thingies. And there you have it, one toadstool complete. And I don't have to worry about the paint falling down because it's not paint, it's jewels. Look at that. On to the next ones. Isn't it cute and precious and doo-doo-doo-doo? I forgot the moss in the bedroom, and I'm not sneaking in there to get it. So I think this is my stopping point. I'm still undecided on how I want to hang it. But I do know I'm going to get a sewing needle and some thread and probably just like through the middle of each of these, because I want to hang them like hanging toadstools, mushrooms. Well, I'll see y'all in the next one. That's it for now. Okay, I did not find a branch that I wanted to use to hang it all up, but I do have electrical wire that I'm going to put in a circle. What? And I have a pickle jar. So I'm going to take this wire and just keep circling it until I have a good base, I guess you would say. Now I have this, just kind of twisted it around here, and so now I'm just gonna make it look like a tree branch, twist it around. Now, although I did skip this for the mushrooms and the mandrake, I decided to use this method for the tree branch because I needed structure, I needed something to keep it shaped, and I figured using a wire would keep it shaped and give it a uniform. It's not going to fall apart on me, right? So I did this, and then I just went back, I unrolled the cotton balls, and I just wrapped it around my shape, my wire. I did the tinfoil a little bigger in some places to really just give you that tree look to it. And afterwards, you just put a little bit of this mixture. This is the glue and water mixture, which I have found that I really like this better than the other one, but maybe I didn't do the other one right first time. I might have to go back and try it again. Here's what it looks like. Now I just need to let it dry, or I might put it in the oven because I still have my one I did last night that I'm gonna be doing in another video. You know what it is? Can you tell? I think you can tell. Like that viewpoint, yeah? Well, you'll see in the next one. I'm kind of getting obsessed with this cotton spun stuff. Yeah. Okay, I did put both of them into the oven and then I let them dry. And then I took hot glue and this foam and I kind of wrapped it around to give me some vines, if you would. And so now I'm just taking this brown paint and painting it all around. And this is the only footage that I got, so I am sorry, but I did not capture the other part. After I painted all this, I just went and got some fake moss that I had in the room already, and I glued it all the way around where I had the green wrapping around it, you know? And then I had some yarn and glued the mushrooms and yarn. I also added in some leaves. I had ivy leaves. I'm still using this like ivy that I've been picking around, but you know, here I got it all finished and I did not give you anything but the final reveal. And that is all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really love making these things out of spun cotton. The techniques, I'm enjoying it. I think I'm going to be making a lot more Harry Potter themed items in the future. And I just hope you're here to see me along in the future making crafts. I love that you're here, you're spending time with me. If you like this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I would like to see you in the future, and if you love this, let me know down in the comments. Again, take care. You're beautiful, amazing. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.